What is up, people? This is a special edition of the Push It Forward podcast. And I know I have not been uploading videos as of late. I've been fairly busy with writing my book. And yeah, I've been fairly busy being productive with my book and everything. And I'm also on day 43 of 75 Hard. Okay, so we are a couple of days after the big fight. All right, so let me take my earbud out so I can hear myself. Yeah, record me. Peace. All right, we're a few days after the fight. The smoke has settled, all of that good stuff, right? Everything happened exactly how I told multiple people. You got to think about this. Bud was fighting at 147 for a couple of years, right? He fought once at 154, right? His last fight at 154, which he only fought one fight at 154, but his last fight against, what's his name? Is it Majamov? Whatever his name is. That was a year ago. So a lot of people were talking about, oh, he's going to put on too much weight too fast. He's going to tire out in the later rounds and all of that because of the weight, right? I don't think what people realize is that Bud is naturally bigger than 147, 154 pounds. So he was fighting closer to his walk-around weight than what he was fighting at 140, 147, 154, okay? And also you have to think, if there was a year in between his last fight and Saturday's fight, he's using that time frame to be able to allow his body to get used to that weight that he would be fighting at, okay? Because when Charlo went up, two weight classes from 154 to 168 to fight Canelo, one, he had been very inactive. Two, he didn't allow enough time in between to allow his body to get used to fighting at 168 pounds, okay? And that is very key and important, that Bud spent that time. He could have had a tune-up fight at 168 pounds to see how he felt, but it's no point in taking unnecessary damage and being fresh. One thing about Bud, he's a very clean fighter. He don't smoke, he don't drink, right? He don't do any of that. So with him being, I think Bud is, 37, 38? With him being the older fighter, he lives a clean lifestyle. And that is more beneficial to boxing for him, right? Also, there was a point that I had in my mind that I was going to say. So another thing too is that I was taking into perspective is, yes, Canelo is younger. He's younger by like 2-3 years, but Bud is playing chess while Canelo was playing checkers. You got to look at this. Look at the wear and tear that Canelo has taken over the, almost 20 years that he's been fighting as a pro. He's been pro since he was like 15, 16 years old or something like that in Mexico, right? So all of those fights, he has 70 something fights? He has 70 something fights, right? Okay, so he has wear and tear. And if you look at, and this is like even when he was younger, right? This is even when he was younger. Stamina issues. Stamina issues has been something that has been an issue for him for his whole career down there. And I think a large part of that revolves around the fact that he throws every punch with murderous intention. Every punch. Like it's never no, you know what I'm saying, tap, 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 pow. You know, it's never none of that. It's like everything is a knockout punch. And if you're throwing like that with every punch, it's going to sap your energy. So there will be times where Canelo would take breaks, take rounds off to try to let that second wind hit. That's something. Hey, how you doing? That's something that he's done a lot throughout his career. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. And also, during the fight, or not even during the fight, but like just watching the film, you'll see Canelo don't really throw like a bunch of multiple punch combinations. It's usually a punch here, 2-3 punches, but it's never anything. It's never anything extensive. So during the fight, if you looked, you can see Bud did his homework. Every time Canelo, threw 1-2 punches, Bud came back 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 punch combinations, right? And he mixed them up. He also did a really good job of using his shield, using his frames to kind of pin Canelo's arms at a certain angle to where he couldn't get his punches off. He also did a good job of using his gloves and his shoulders at times to keep Canelo's body in certain areas that he wanted. Also, the feet, him fighting in southpaw stance, that was very effective. So I was at the fight when Canelo fought Austin Trout. I think that was, if I remember right, that was in San Antonio. Who did I go there with? Omar, was that? Did I go there with you, or did I go with Victor, or who did I go there with? I don't remember. But I was at that fight, and I think it was in Austin. No. I think it was in San Antonio. I think. And then I also went to the fight when Canelo fought Arizona Lara. That was in Vegas. And I noticed that Canelo had a lot of issues with that southpaw style. In particular, Arizona Lara was landing a 1-2. He was landing that left hand at will. See, where he messed up at, though, is... Now, me personally, I felt like Arizona Lara won that fight, despite what the judges said. And at that fight, I also noticed how there would be times where Canelo would throw punches, he would miss, but the crowd would still go crazy as if he landed. And I feel that could have been a reason that the judges may have been swayed with a lot of that. Because my thing, like, if you missing, you should, like, there's no points. You throwing punches, you missing, and somebody is way more active than you landing. Like, Arizona Lara was landing a 1-2 at will. When he wanted to land it, he landed it. You know what I'm saying? And when he wanted to land, he landed the 1-2 at will. And that style has been an issue for Canelo, right? Okay, now look at when Floyd fought Canelo. Floyd was the naturally smaller guy. Floyd was playing chess when he fought Canelo. He's young, he was inexperienced. Floyd made him come down 2 pounds to fight at 152. And now for those of y'all that have never had to cut weight for a fight, whether it be boxing, MMA, wrestling, whatever, them 2 pounds can be crucial if you're already struggling to make 154 pounds. Now, I'm not saying Canelo was struggling to make 154 pounds, but I'm just telling you, if he was already like struggling to make 154 pounds, that extra 2 pounds hurts, right? Okay, so that fight, as I said before, Floyd is a naturally smaller guy. So you would think that Canelo would use his size and strength to his advantage, right? You would think that, but he didn't. He couldn't. Floyd wouldn't allow him to. Floyd used his experience. And one thing I gotta let y'all know, like, Floyd got pillow hands. Okay, You talking about Money Mayweather. Have you ever seen Pretty Boy Floyd fight? Pretty Boy Floyd was stopping people. You see how he was hurting what's the name? Corrales. You see how he was hurting Corrales and all these other guys? Like he was putting it on guys, right? But because of hand issues, he had to adopt and change his style of fighting. Hit and not get hit. You know what I'm saying? He'll outbox you rather than try to knock you out. But let's get back to the point. So Floyd outboxed him. Like, in order to beat Canelo, you gotta have a decent chin. You gotta have big ass heart. You gotta have decent speed, decent power. And I told my boy Rusty this before the fight. I told him that Bud has the skills and enough power to where Canelo won't come through that front door bullshitting. And he did not come through that front door bullshitting. Like, guys don't have to have knockout power to make you respect them. All they got to do is have respectful power to where you don't come in there lollygagging. You come in there playing around and not showing respect, you'll get put on your pockets. You could get knocked out. It doesn't take much to knock somebody out. And for those that don't know, the punch or punches that you don't see are the ones that hurt the most, the ones that can hurt you, because you don't have time to brace if the punch is coming fast enough, or if it's a hidden punch to where you're blinded by the jab, and then boom, you get hit with a right hand or a left cross, depending on the stance or whatever. Like the punches you don't see are the ones that hurt the most, right? Okay, and while I'm on that topic, I want to bring up something else. Like, I'm kind of going back and forth because I didn't really plan this out. I'm just kind of talking. But think about this. Bud is used to fighting guys that are lighter and have faster hands, right? He's been sparring Shakur. So a lot of people prior to the fight was like, oh, why the hell would he be sparring Shakur? Shakur is southpaw, Shakur is smaller, Shakur doesn't have the power. But think about the IQ part of it. Shakur is very intelligent. He has a very high boxing IQ. He's faster than Canelo. So if he's making Shakur miss with his punches, imagine what he will do with Canelo, who's carrying around much more weight. He has fast hands, yes, but he doesn't have as fast hands as Shakur or some of these other guys that are lighter than him. But like I say, Bud is used to punches coming at him. Even when he fought Gamboa, he's used to much faster punches coming at him that has his hand-eye coordination, his reflexes and everything on par. He's used to that. So that was also an advantage coming into this fight. So let's look at the advantages, okay? Okay, Bud, southpaw. He's southpaw. He's used to fighting guys that are smaller, so his reaction time to punches will be better, right? Okay. Bud has faster hands because he's he's coming up from a smaller weight, but he has faster hands. His conditioning has been better throughout his career. His conditioning has been better. I don't think I've ever seen a fight where Bud looked gassed, but I've seen several from Canelo. And for all of the Mexican people, because I know sometimes, like, when it comes to boxing, y'all get super emotional. I'm not, like, this is not a shit on Canelo video. Like, I give Canelo his props and his praise because he's done something for the sport of boxing that will probably never be done again. Like, Canelo has a whole country behind him. So, like, if I'm giving somebody praise, it should not be an issue. Like, I don't talk shit or criticize y'all for the Mexicans in Mexico that support Canelo and the Mexicans here in the United States that support Canelo. Like, that's all good and cool. But, like, don't get on here and get mad because I'm supporting somebody that, you know what I'm saying, that I enjoy watching fight. In fact, I want to say, so okay, so when I was amateur, I was a novice at the time, but I remember Bud, like I would always look at the amateur rankings and stuff like that, and Bud would always be somewhere at the top. I think, let me see, I think back then he might have been fighting at 132, 141 or something like that. This was back when I think we was doing 4 2-minute rounds back then, and then eventually went to 3 3-minute rounds. But anywho, a fight that put Bud on the map for me as far as a professional, because I had seen a few of his pro fights prior to this, but the one that kind of put him on the map for me, like his skill set and his mindset, is when he fought what's his name, Breedis Prescott. So Breedis Prescott is the guy that knocked out Amir Khan. I think Breedis Prescott had a fight lined up with somebody, and something happened with the other guy, I believe. So Bud took the fight, like last minute, late notice type thing, and he went over there and shocked the world. Like, a lot of people didn't expect him to beat him because of what Breedis Prescott did to Amir Khan. Amir Khan was a, Olympian. I don't remember if he won did he win I feel like he won a silver medal or something like that in the Olympics, I believe. But yeah, he beat, Breedis Prescott beat Amir Khan, and he was highly touted after he knocked out Amir Khan. So Bud went over there and put on a clinic. And I want to say he fought him, what did he fight him at? I don't think it was in the United States. I would have to check on my phone, and I can't do that right now with me recording. But I don't think he was in the United States. I feel like he was somewhere abroad. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But anywho, so that fight for me kind of like put him on the map for me to make, like, as far as his pro career, for me to kind of like pay attention to him. Because, like, the guy was known as a dangerous puncher, and you take the fight, like, late notice, that's very ballsy, right? Okay, so, like I was saying, fighting at a smaller weight, your hand-eye coordination, your reaction time, your reflexes is probably going to be naturally faster because you're fighting, naturally better because you're fighting against smaller guys, okay? Southpaw stance, dual-fisted. He can hurt you with the left, he can hurt you with the right. You know what I'm saying? He can jab from the left, he can jab from the right. He can throw a cross from the left, he can throw a cross from the right. Same with the hooks, he can do all of that. He's slick fighter. IQ, he has a very high IQ. Stamina, he doesn't have stamina issues. Training up in Colorado Springs, I think he spent a lot of time at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. That high elevation, you know what I'm saying, where the air is thin, and it forces you to have to, you got to get your breathing right if you train in there, and he's been doing that for years. Okay, and let's say, let me see what else. He got that dog in him, you know what I'm saying? He got that dog in him. Like, if he sees blood, he gonna finish you, I promise you. Now, Canelo, he didn't really hurt Canelo like that to where he saw blood, but he was very effective at what it was that he did. I was noticing just, and you know what, and here's another thing. A lot of y'all, you know who I'm talking about. It's a lot of y'all. Y'all got on Facebook, Instagram, and all that other shit after the fight, complaining, all he did was run. Bro, he was standing in the pocket damn near the whole night. What are you talking about? So let's talk about this. So if Bud decided to fight the fight that y'all wanted him to fight, and he got knocked out, y'all be clowning him and calling him a dumbass for trying to stand and trade with Canelo, being that Canelo has been the one that's been fighting at a heavier weight. That's what y'all did, right? But because Canelo wasn't able to adapt and adjust, y'all want to make excuses for Canelo. Canelo said out of his own mouth that he has no excuses, that Bud had a style that he couldn't figure out. Bud was doing a lot of subtle things that Canelo couldn't figure out, despite the fact that he has 70-something fights. Like, I told somebody that I could see Bud using a style similar to Canelo. I mean, not Canelo. Similar to Lara, similar to Bivol, similar to Floyd, and add his own thing to it, like, which is his own style. He did a bunch of great things against Canelo. He was mixing up the punches. Uh, every time, like I say, every time that Canelo landed a punch or two punches, he almost immediately answered back. He used movement when it was necessary. He didn't allow himself to get trapped on the ropes to where Canelo could get his shit off like other guys do. He made Canelo respect him. He was playing mind games in the fight, like sticking his tongue out and doing things to piss Canelo off. I don't know if y'all saw this, but I saw this at least 3 or 4 times throughout the fight. There would be times where either Bud would hit Canelo with a punch, or Bud would make him miss, or Bud would make him miss and make him pay for missing. And Canelo, you could see his facial expression. It's like he was flustered, he was frustrated. Like it's almost like he was thinking, like, fuck, what did I get myself into? Like, I can't, like, nothing that I'm doing is working. Like, he's not Charlo. He's not Caleb Plant. He's not all of these other guys that I've been able to bully and make them cower, make them bow to me, make them go into survival mode to where they're not fighting to win. They're fighting to survive. They're fighting to make it to the 12th round. Bud don't have that in him. Bud is a fucking dog. He's a dog. He just has a different mentality. And I also said this too, like, it was a lose-lose situation for Canelo, honestly. Like, let's talk about it. Okay, Canelo he's fighting at a higher weight. So if he beats somebody that's coming up 2 weight classes, oh shit, we're not gonna give you your credit because you're fighting somebody that's coming up from 2 weight classes. So he was never gonna get his full credit if he beat Bud. However, Bud signed the contract, so hey, boom. But also, you got to take into consideration the fact that Canelo has a history of bringing up guys from lower weight classes, multiple weight classes at that, to fight him at a weight that they have never fought at before. Prime example. Rest in peace to Ricky Hatton. Matthew Hatton, Ricky Hatton's brother, was fighting at 147 pounds. I believe, was it 140 or I think it was 147. He had never fought at 154, and the Charlos were champions at the time, and Demetrius Andrade was the WBO champion. Okay, so I think Demetrius Andrade, what's the name? Canelo was the mandatory for the WBO, which is Demetrius Andrade's belt. For whatever reason, he would not sign to fight it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was an issue with Demetrius Andrade's promoter or what it was exactly. I don't know if he got hurt, but he eventually ended up getting stripped of his belt. So then Canelo decides, oh, okay, I'll go fight for this belt. And then, somehow or another, he drug up Matthew Hatton to fight at 154 pounds for the WBO title. Okay, so that's once that he fought somebody, he drugged somebody up smaller. And then you have, what's the guy's name? I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name. Mexican guy that he fought. I know I'll probably think about it after I've made my point, but I feel like the guy that I'm thinking about, he fought Adrian Broner before, I believe. Man, it's gonna bother me that I can't think of his name right now. But anywho, he fought Canelo. He came up from at one point from 147 or something to fight him at 160, I think. I don't remember. And then Amir Khan came up from, I think, 47 to fight him. And then who else? Charlo. came up from 154 to fight him. And who else? It's somebody else. Who is it? Excuse me. Also, I mean, obviously Crawford, but I feel like it was somebody else that he brought up to fight him. Don't know off the top of my head. Well, I can't think of who it is right now. But anywho, it was a lose-lose situation out the gate for Canelo. Oh, if you beat him, oh, you fought the smaller guy. This is, and you know, maybe if it was the first time of him bringing somebody up to fight that was smaller, maybe it wouldn't have been an issue. But he's done this multiple times, so he was not going to get the credit that he deserved. Okay, now if he lose, oh shit, you got beat by somebody that never fought at 168 pounds before. He never even fought at 160 pounds before, and he's older than you. He was fighting at 147 pounds a couple of years ago, and he just fought at 154 pounds a year ago. So you see how like it was a lose-lose situation. But I feel like Canelo saw this as an opportunity to make a lot of money. So let me see, what do we call it? High reward, low risk, high reward type fight, because he was thinking, oh, he's not going to be able to hurt me. I'll be able to walk through him. Oh, he got hurt by Gamboa and Mean Machine. When he fought Gamboa, it was at like 135. He got hurt by Gamboa at 135. He got hurt by Mean Machine at 140. Was it 140 or 147? I can't remember. So if those guys can hurt him, he won't be able to stand up to my punches at 168 pounds. I've knocked out Kovalev. I've knocked out Caleb Plant. I put it on Berlanga. I put it on all these other guys. So if you know, these guys couldn't stand up to my punches, Bud is not going to be able to stand up to my punches. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations to where things didn't quite go the way that he thought they would. And that happens in everyday life. You know what I'm saying? That happens in everyday life. But yeah, man, shout out to Bud for being a 3-time undisputed champion, 140 pounds, 147 pounds, and 168 pounds. Now, I would like to see this. Okay, this is what I would like to see. Please don't bring up Benavidez, because a lot of y'all gave Canelo passes to not fight Benavidez. So I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it. Bud shouldn't have to fight Canelo's battles for him. Y'all didn't want to see it then, so don't ask for it now. But anywho, hey, how y'all doing? I would like to see either Bud retire, or I would be okay with Bud fighting at 160 pounds to become undisputed there. However, in order for that to happen, I would want to see Bud do it in 1 to 2 fights. I was talking to Omar today, and he was telling me that Janet Beck has like a belt or 2. Laura has a belt, and who's the other guy? What's the name? Adames. Was it Carlos Adames? So hopefully soon 2 of those guys can fight or something, and Bud can fight one of them, and then, you know what I'm saying, collect all of the belts in the next fight. And honestly, I think Bud will stop any of those guys. He's very sharp. He's very tactical. He has the ring IQ. He has that dog and that heart. He got enough pop to get your attention. You know what I'm saying? He do. But yeah, man, shout out to Bud. Shout out to Canelo. You've had an amazing career. After your loss to Floyd, man, you tightened up your game. You took things to a new level. You win, and you know what I'm saying, you won titles at 154, 160, 168, and you won a title at 175. Man, shout out to you. And I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, what Canelo has done for the sport. I appreciate him never making excuses and being open and you know what I'm saying, honest about the fight where he said that he just couldn't figure out his style. Like Bud he's like a magician. Like he switches things up on you. He has multiple styles in one style. So it's kind of hard to like set traps for that. It's kind of hard to really figure him out. But yeah, man, this is the Push It Forward podcast special edition. I'm out here on day 43 of my 75 hard. I'm about to sign out. Check out an episode. Man, okay, so like I told y'all before, maybe I need to like hire somebody to edit for me or something. I have like 6 videos that I've recorded that I don't want to edit. I do not want to edit. I don't want to edit them. They're time consuming, and I'm in the process of writing a book. Okay, now let me tell you all about this. So the name of my book is The Indigenous Code. It is The Indigenous Code, right? It is a 4-part book, and 4-part book. Okay, so this is what happened. I finished the first book, then I finished the second book. I have the plot and everything already for the third book. I have the plot and everything already for the 4th book. But what I'm doing is I'm going back and I'm revising the first book. Then I'm going to go back and revise the second book to add in things from the first book that I added in after I had already finished the first book. And in this book, it is a book about myself. It is a mix of sci-fi, mystery, it's spiritual. It's a bunch of different genres that I combined into one. And I got the idea to write a book because I listen to a lot of audiobooks. Like I'm a big fan of like what do you call it? Zombie type things, and then like doomsday type things. So I'm a big fan of those. And I just had this idea one day, like, well shit, why not write my own book? So I started writing. And there's a bunch of things in this book that are real life experiences that I went through that I put into this book, but I combined it with a bunch of made up things, obviously. It's supernatural as well. I don't want to give away too much right now. But yeah, I need to finish the first book so I can go back and tie things into the second book. It's like I say, it's a 4-part book. My honest goal is obviously get the books on Amazon, turn it into an audiobook, and maybe even one day turn it into a series or a movie. I would love to do that. And like Sylvester Stallone, I would like to play the role in my own movie. I would like to play the role. Like I remember reading about how when Sylvester Stallone wrote the script for Rocky, they wanted to pay him a bunch of money to buy the script off of him, and they wanted to put somebody else as the lead actor. I do have some acting experience from junior high through 2 years of junior college. I was either in theater or drama. So yeah, I mean, I'm not no A-list actor or anything like that, not even D-list, but I can do a little bit of something. Especially for this, with me playing myself, I would have no issue in that avenue. But that's what we got going on. And yeah, this is the Push It Forward podcast. What am I at right now? Oh yeah, I passed my 20,000 steps. So I'm gonna add this real quick. Oh, I'm at 34 minutes already, damn. Okay, so during this 75 hard, I've had a goal, and the goal didn't initially start as a goal. It's something that kind of like happened as I was doing this. So the very first day of 75 hard, I did 30,000 steps. That's in between working out and working, everything like that, right? Okay, and then like as the week goes on, I'm doing like 20,000 every day between work and then my workout, whatever. So over time, my accountability group, they're like, "Dang, you missed the 20K," and it kind of stuck. So what I've been doing is every day, despite me doing everything else, my goal for myself has been to do 20K a day. And here's my hashtag: 20K a day keeps the weight away. There you go. You can have it. 20K a day keeps the weight away. Now I'm gonna start using that somewhere on Facebook or something. 20K a day keeps the weight away. Been doing 20,000 steps a day. At this point, I don't know how many steps that has been up till 43 days in. I don't know exactly, but I do know that 20,000 steps is like, I think it's like at least 8.5, 9 miles a day. So I've been very active, but the majority of those 20,000 steps, I won't lie, they have been me walking because of, I'm still kind of recovering from the complete MCL tear. So I had a grade 3 tear of my MCL on December 30th of 2024. So I'm still kind of recovering and everything like that. I still have inflammation in my knee, still tight at times. Like I don't have any issue walking or anything like that, but I obviously don't have the same strength that I had prior to the injury. But anywho, man, I've been rambling on for 37 minutes, and I think I'm about to get up off here and stop holding y'all hostage. Please like, share, subscribe for more content. Follow me on Instagram. I don't even know what my Instagram name is. I think it's I want to say it's Push It Forward or Push It Forward Podcast on Instagram. I think on TikTok it's Push It Forward, and that's PUSHIT, the letter 4, WARD. And then on YouTube, Push It Forward Podcast. This will be uploaded on my YouTube channel. I'll probably post the link for this on my Facebook account, and I'll also upload this on TikTok as well. But yeah, man, I love boxing. Boxing is in a great space. Let's make boxing great again. Push it forward. We out.